Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. It's good. It's a good day. It's
Yes,
brighter today. It's still not great, but it's brighter. I'm
I
in a good
know.
mood.
Isn't it mild? It
I've
is.
never seen anything so mild.
It's
Yes, it
very
is.
mild. For the 11th of November, it's very mild, I think, here in the UK.
I think so too. Apparently, it's this time of year though that they're like, brace yourselves because big
I
weather's on
know.
the way.
I know.
Coldest winter every year at this time, without fail. So we'll
Snow
see.
news.
Yeah. Mhm.
No
Mhm.
news is snow news.
Yeah. Yes.
Snow news is good news.
Um,
Um, yeah, so we'll, well, you never know. If we have snow, then it's probably mild, is probably what it is. Because
okay.
often it gets, I can tell because usually I'm wearing a woolly hat by November when I go to CrossFit in the morning.
But
That's how
not
I
not
know.
yet.
No
You
woolly hat.
you had it out there. You had it on your way to
I know. I've got it. I've got a new one. I look like I'm in Portlandia or something like that. It's amazing. I love it. It's my ski hat. A
Good.
toque, as you would call it in Canada. Right. Hello. Welcome to Backchannel. My name's Kate, and he's called.
I'm Will. Hello.
Yeah, and we are the unofficial Kate and Will and Kate, aren't we?
Yeah, we are
I'm holding on to that. We're the
the
unofficial Will and
unofficial
Kate.
Google and Cat. Yeah.
Here on Backchannel with you, which is the only place to listen to, watch, and chat with hosts of live shows right here on your Echo. So please feel free to join in today. All you have to do is, well, the instruction is to say the name of your device. And you know that if I say the name of your device, I'll cause chaos in your house right now. So say the name of your device, followed by say, and then whatever it is that you want to say. Now, some of the feedback I've had on this is that, first of all, it happens really quickly. So it will go through. Even if it's not said to you back, has this gone through? Is this what you want to say? It will go through. The technology is good enough that it will pretty much say what you wanted it to say. And if it doesn't, let's all be grown-ups. You know, we all understand that tech to text is going to be a little bit wonky at times. So, you know, we're all grown-ups. We can work it out. I think a lady called Tennille joined us on our first show, the assistant thought that she was called Danny. That was fine.
Names are hard for
That's fine.
everybody.
Names are hard for everyone, so you know,
Yeah.
let's be grown-ups about it. And also, it won't let you swear. So if you do swear, it will star it out. So I always say at the beginning of every program, feel free to try it right now.
If you don't believe us, if you want to try it, you're not going to get in trouble.
No, you're not going to get in trouble because this is a family show. So even if you have little ears around, you maybe don't want to be swearing. But if you do want to try it out, all you have to do is device name, say, ranty swear words. That's the order in which you do it.
Yep.
Okay. The other thing is, hey, Will, we're on YouTube.
Oh my goodness, yes we
Oh,
are.
we're on YouTube right now.
We are on YouTube as we speak.
Amazing. And we're Hayley and Alison on YouTube.
Everybody's on YouTube. Any show that you can, all the back channel shows are automatically streamed to YouTube and to Twitter. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can comment in the live comment box, and it will come through to us here as well. So if you want to just comment that way as well, you can do that.
So what are we on Twitter?
We're at Backchannel Live.
Whoa! And what are we on YouTube? Backchannel, I believe.
Backchannel?
Look at you, like it's a test.
You are putting me on the spot. I have it written down. Probably should do.
So we're live there as well. And the whole idea is that, well, my name's Kate Cocker. I host a podcast called Everyday Positivity, which Will helps me out with incredibly. And the idea of Everyday Positivity has always been to give you a 2-3 minute reminder to be kind to yourself every single day. Because when we are in a positive state of mind, we make better decisions for ourselves. The world seems like a better place because really, we're just a bundle of perspective, you know? It's all perception. It's all our worldview. It's all everything that we've been carrying around with us added on to what we think is going on. And so if we can create a positive state inside, then we can create a positive state outside as well. So the idea of this program is that for the next hour, we are looking at the world through a positive frame, a positive angle. Now, it's Veterans Day today, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So Veterans Day in the US is what they would call. Here in the UK, we call it Armistice Day or Remembrance Day. Yeah.
11th of the 11th. And for in the UK, we've got Senator Hafson memorials around the UK are having wreaths laid on them. I think it's 100 years since, we started doing Remembrance Day, and we just put it all together, didn't we? There were loads of different things going on for respecting our veterans and on our wartime heroes. And so we put it all together, and it's been 100 years since we've been doing that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's slightly different in the States because Veterans Day celebrates all the military, doesn't it? And
everybody who is serving or has served, yeah.
Yeah. And the thing that I really love about today is that it's just, it's always good to remember, right? It's always, lest we forget, they say. It's always good to remember those lives and those people who have committed to your country in that way. I have taken great pleasure and that bittersweet kind of nostalgia that you get. That's maybe not the right way to describe it. It's that warmth that you feel when friends of mine have been posting pictures of their ancestors in their military uniform and remembering them from World War One, World War Two, and there's just something very dear about that. That's the word I want to use. There's something very dear about it. So if you have an ancestor or someone that you would like to acknowledge today, then feel free. We can talk about them and celebrate them and remember them as well. So feel free to send them in. So to do that, you say your device name. I think we should have a device name that we call it, but we'll come to that in a minute. So you say your device name and the word say, and then please put the name, maybe the year, maybe the battalion, maybe whatever it is.
Or even just like the I'm going to show myself up here by using the phrase arm of the military. Were they in the Air Force? Were they in the Navy, whatever? Yeah,
it'd be lovely to see some of those names pop up today as we're speaking and as we're doing other things. And obviously in the US, there's lots of lovely things that go on for veterans and the people in the military today. So places like Wendy's give free food and all sorts of things like that. So I think it's a day to really mark the people that have given their lives and their service to the country.
When I was reading up on it this morning, on the kind of Veterans Day page website, there's a whole list of places where you get if you're a veteran, you can get like a Veterans Day discount, which was nice.
Yeah, I know. It's all really good, isn't it? And it kind of, one of our Everyday Positivity listeners, I've spoken to him. He is a veteran now. He had to leave the army because of injury and leave the military because of injury. I couldn't say if it was army or not. But one of the things that he said to me is that I absolutely resonates with me, because on Saturday it's World Kindness Day and on Tuesday it was Social Media Kindness Day. So this week we've got a bit of kindness going on, and he told me that one of the things he does in terms of kindness, little bits of kindness that you can drop into a human ocean,
sprinkle,
is that in the drive-through, like coffee, when he buys a coffee in the drive-through, he will say to the person on the checkout, add a coffee to the people behind on my bill, and he pays for coffee for the person behind
in advance.
So can you imagine driving up to whoever you are, driving up to your window, and in fact they probably know the order, so you could probably even go so far as to do that. I had to try this, I really want to do it, and pay for the person behind. So I think if you've got any examples of kindness that you want to share today, or who are you going to be kind to today? What are you going to do that's kind today, especially on today, Veterans Day? Then please let me know. We'll know in the chat. We're here. We're receiving your messages right now. So again, device name, the word say, and then the thing that you've done to be kind.
What's a good stand-in device name we could use for the Kate and Will show? It has to be on brand.
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Okay.
Have I just done it? Did I do it in one go?
That's it. Let's go with it.
It's got a code name. What is it that you have? Like, when you're on an operation, like a military operation, it's like Black Panther or Panther has left the building or whatever.
Sidewinder.
We're not calling Sidewinder. I did wonder about giving it a noise, because I don't know about you, but I often I get quite cross with mine. Or
I don't like that. I don't like that. That's tricky.
I think Phoenix is a great name.
Okay.
That's our great code name. Codename Phoenix.
Phoenix, say.
Phoenix, say. And then either give us your the person you want us to celebrate, or give us the thing you're going to do that's kind today. Who are you going to smile for? That's my favourite act of kindness. It really is. Okay, so let's get us going on a good note. Let's do some positive news. Can I tell you a secret, Will?
Yes, please.
I don't know all of these news stories that
That's
we've got.
okay.
So I've looked around. I've had a look at them. I've only scanned them. So you start.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
The first time we did it, you just kind of like threw it to me, and I felt really underprepared. So ever since then, I've spent loads of time taking extra notes, so extra prepared today. Where should we start?
You're learning. Well done. Well done.
Well, I obviously want to start about we're calling it knitted Banksy. Okay.
Oh, you like a bit of knitting, don't you?
So this is why I picked
These are the things we know about Will. Will knits. In fact, on Tuesday you said, "I've not been knitting. I've not had time to knit. Have you done any?"
No, I haven't yet, but I've got at least. I won't be doing any work all weekend, so I've got some knitting planned.
You're not doing any work all weekend?
That's right, yeah.
So Will has been working every weekend for the last how many years?
At least a couple.
Right, so I need to send you a load of stuff to do I, on Saturday?
No, thank you. If you could please leave me alone, ideally from after this show until like Monday at around noon, when I think I'll get out of bed. If you could just kind of...
You love it when I
just delete
you.
my number
until
then. If you could just lose my number until then, that would be perfect, really. No, I'm kidding. It's always a pleasure to
knitting. Knitting.
Okay, so knitted Banksy. It's Banksy with an X.
Yes.
As opposed to the other kind of Banksy. But it's an anonymous person, and this is spread now, so it's kind of all over the country here in the UK. Who's just leaving these kind of knitted scenes. I'm going to call them scenes, especially on top of like post boxes or mailboxes.
Can I
It's looking at some of the pictures.
Can I? We can't shoot screen, can we?
I think you can.
No, I've got a big red. Oh, I can.
Yeah.
Well, this is exciting. This is now up to the game. Can I put these pictures on?
Go for it.
This is from. Hang on. Let's do the right one. This one. There we go. Right. It's like being in a real life Zoom meeting, isn't it?
It is like being in a real life Zoom meeting.
So look at these. Look, the little VE Day man.
There's VE Day one.
Well, that's Captain Tom Phillips, isn't it?
That's Captain Tom, yeah.
Oh, and then look at that. That's amazing, isn't it?
And there's a lot of skill that went into it. So it's relevant because these are specifically kind of Remembrance Day. There's some VE Day ones as well. But some of my favourites, they've done loads. This
Lovely jubbly.
Yeah. Only Fools and Horses. I particularly like, there's some Christmas elves as well.
Oh, look, elf on top of the post box.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Hey, that's got tinsel on. My daughter wants tinsel and my husband is not having tinsel this year.
I'm very anti-tinsel, personally.
Yeah, anti-tinsel. There's some nice ones at the top as well. Let's do these. Look at these.
Yeah, there's one of the Queen and her corgis.
Are they crochet? They look like crochet.
So I think it might be mixture.
Okay.
And then that's Stephen Graham, who's an actor from Line of Duty.
And everything else that's on this year.
And everything else that's on this year, who's excellent. The person who's been doing it said that he was the greatest actor in the world. So he came out.
I think they're pretty close to being correct.
There you go.
How do I unshare screen, Will? Help.
Don't worry about it. I'm just going to turn that off and we can go back here. It's good, isn't it?
It's like we know what we're doing.
Yeah, almost.
So so lots of things that we could talk about there. Stephen Graham being the greatest actor in the world. I think Jodie Comer might be close to as well. They've been in something together recently, haven't they? So what we're saying is that in Liverpool, they breed the finest actors in the world. Mm-hmm. That's a topic for debate, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll leave that.
We'll leave that one. And then right. Crafting for good.
So, and before we get into it, the line is that the person who started this said that she wanted to do it to, quote, raise some smiles, to kind of combat. That. Yes, exactly. To kind of combat all the others on this maybe a bit not so smiley.
And I'm not kidding. If you saw a knitted
Anything. Elves.
box, if you saw a knitted Del Boy and Rodney on
the other Delver.
you'd be very happy. I would make you smile.
Yeah, of course it would.
I really like it where I go in Greece they do crochet on the lampposts, so they crochet around the lampposts and things like that, which is just really nice.
Yeah.
But crocheting, crafting for good. I need to talk about this. So I volunteer. I love all my crafts. I love baking. I'm a crocheter. I'll draw at any given opportunity. If you give me the opportunity to draw or paint, I'll take it. Quite confident crafter. There we go. That's how I'll describe myself. And the thing about when you make crafts, and I think this is true of anyone who has a hobby like this, is that you constantly create stuff that you're trying to either give to your friends, or if it's not created, then it's like it just hangs around your house. So I used to, when I first left my kind of corporate job and thought I want to help people, I did two things. I did my presenter coaching stuff, which has now grown into its own thing, and I painted. So I had like a stall every week that I'd sell my artwork on. And all that happened was, it wasn't, look, hey, this could allude to the fact that maybe I'm not very good. But it's quite hard to sell stuff. It is. And so you end up with a load of stuff around the house. If you use acrylic paint, that's plastic. So then you're in like, it's really hard. Like there's loads of paintings of mine around the house. But it's hard to know where to put it. So crafting for good, I love.
Yes. It is good.
Do you do crafting? Do you know what I mean when I talk about crafting for good? So there's lots of charities that do crafting and things like that.
You're talking about crafting for good in the sense of not because it does make you feel good, but also for kind of social good.
Yeah.
To help out the people around.
So it's crafting, like making Del Boy and Rodney to put on top of a post box out of the wall.
Yes.
Because it'll make someone smile. One thing that I do is I'm part of a charity called Free Cakes Manchester, and we take requests for birthday cakes from people who can't afford to get birthday cakes being made. And so there's a bunch of us who are like amateur cake baking crafters, and we all watch Bake Off, and we've got our YouTube channels that we subscribe to, and it's really lovely because you get to make a cake for someone who just didn't expect it.
And that must be so rewarding to be able to do that for somebody who can't afford to or doesn't have the means to, whatever.
Oh yeah, it's lovely. And when you get the 8-year-old that opens up the cake that's got the Iron Man mask on, made out of fondant, and they love it,
Is that what you did? Did you do Iron Man?
Lovely. Huh?
Did you do Iron Man?
Yeah,
that sounds hard. That sounds technical.
It's just flat though, and you just buy give away all the secrets now. But actually, the answers are always online. So you either look up for the tutorial video, or you go to the how to make an Iron Man mask, get the design, print it off, and then just make it out of a rolled out fondant. Just cut it out and stick it back onto the cake. So it's quite simple. I've had a picture I'd show you. But crafting for good, and then the other one that my mum does it as well, but it's like people, when you crochet blankets for charities that need blankets, and in a way that just gives your hobby a bit of a sense of purpose as well. It holds you to doing it. Maybe you and I should do this. Maybe this is something we should do.
Okay. It's one of my 2 massive everyday positivity projects I've got planned out for us.
Okay.
So I'll add it to the list.
No, continue. What is the one of the 2? What are the 2?
So one of them is like some kind of crafting thing, as discussed just now, and the other one is
okay, that's very specific. This is brilliant.
The other one is like a Christmas card swap.
Christmas card swap?
Like we all you send Christmas cards to each other. It's a thing.
I don't understand the swap bit.
So you get paired up with somebody, and you.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know how to just do those kind of logistics.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Okay.
Oh, there's loads of things there, like sharing addresses.
Exactly.
Pen pals. Okay, so the crafting one I think would work. Maybe we should look into a charity or something like that who we could support and see if we could do something with the everyday positivity listeners. And you as well, if you were into if you're listening or watching and thinking, I could do that. That would be something good for me.
If you're a crafty person.
If you're a crafty person like Will and I think Yeah, it feels good to do it. It's good for you to do it because craft is a really good mindful exercise. And one of the things that, I think is absolutely imperative to maintaining a positive mindset is that clearing your mind element.
Mhm.
And I don't really meditate. We've talked about this before.
Yes, we do, and this is really interesting to me. And I think this is, I'm not going to say I've discovered it because whatever. But it's like meditative. I like to think of it as meditative activities. So
Yeah.
for me, cooking is a meditative activity because when I'm cooking, I'm thinking about what I'm doing. I'm thinking about what I'm doing with my hands. I think about what's happening in the pan. So I'm not thinking about all the things that I'm kind of anxious about or that I'm worrying about usually through the day.
Yeah, it's that focus, isn't it? It's like, so our attention is one of our most powerful tools. So wherever our attention is going is the way that we will feel, right? And so being able to be in control of your attention and focus your attention in certain ways is a real skill, especially in the days where, I mean, this morning when I got up, went to the gym, I listened to a podcast on the way home. I then got myself sorted, was packing my bags at the same time as making a coffee, making sure that the children were on the way to getting themselves ready for school. We had our family meeting. Yes, we do that every morning. Whiteboard meeting with the family, worked out what we were all doing today. Then I took my husband to the train station, and while I was listening to something else because I had something later on, and then I dropped the microphone at someone's. That's my life, right? And that is my attention going ding, 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 ding. So anything that's mindful, sorry, or anything that is able to hold my attention. Even this, I'll find this so lovely today, is that this hour in my day is totally focused on you
Exactly, because
and talking about this stuff. It's
it
really lovely.
commands more of your attention. That's what it
Yeah,
is. And
absolutely. No one
knitting.
else can get me here. No one else can get me here.
Hmm.
Nothing else can get me here. So this is a really lovely process in itself.
Absolutely.
Absolute focus. That's what we're aiming for, isn't it? Oh, we're learning some stuff today, Will.
Good. Every day's a learning day.
Every day's a learning day. So we've got Stephen Graham is the best actor on the planet.
Yeah. Crafting for
Focusing
good.
attention,
Yeah.
crafting for good. Because that's the other thing. It's really hard to craft for yourself. It's one, it must be the most selfful act, I think, making something for yourself.
Yeah. I think so.
Oh, right. Let's make that.
And okay. Oh, so you just reminded me of. I'm going to bring you back to cooking as well, because I like to cook. Sometimes I think if I didn't work quote in the media, I'd work in some kind of foodie, some kind of foodie kind of profession. I don't know. And like the people who I live with, the people in my life, they go, "Will, you always put in so much kind of effort every day for dinner. You never just do anything like you never just cheat and whatever. You always you always make something really nice for yourself."
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, because if like for starters, it's for me. Like I want to do it. I want it to take a bit of time, and I want to do it for me. And if I'm not doing the best stuff for myself, then how am I gonna, when it comes time to do it for other people, it's about making yourself the best stuff first, so that you can also make good stuff for other people.
So that's the selfful premise.
I think so too.
That's a good one. Actually, you're right. Why would you serve someone some food that didn't taste any good?
Yeah. Oh, and why would you not? Why would you serve yourself? Yeah. Why would you not put in the most effort for yourself?
I know. This taking yourself seriously stuff is big, eh?
It's very big. It's good.
It's very big. So this kind of kindness expands into being kind to yourself as much as anything. I've written down a load of things here. Make A, they're episodes for everyday positivity, and B,
Yeah.
there's some nice ideas there in the gang to be able to share. Okay,
Yeah.
shall I do one of my stories? Even
Yes.
though I've not properly looked at them. I have looked at them. It's fine. So this one is right up my street. There is a podcast in the land that basically lets you tune into the British landscape. What's your favourite sound?
My favorite sound is. Okay, I'm gonna go with like a crackling fire.
A crackling fire.
Like logs crackling on the fire.
And how long would you listen to that for?
Ages.
You need the visuals?
I don't need them. No.
So I think my favourite sound.
What's your
There's
favourite
this
sound?
lovely thing that happened. Well, dawn chorus, love it. Often
Yeah.
up for it. I get out of the car on the way back from the gym some mornings at the moment, and I'm like, oh, they're off. Could properly hear it.
Yeah. It started.
And then my husband really loves the noise of horses galloping in the cinema. Well, you know, when you're in the cinema and you're watching it, it's like,
And like it's surround sound, so it
not
feels
like
like.
out of Holy Grail where they clap the coconuts like that, but like he loves that noise. And the noise of gravel under your feet.
Oh, that's a good one. Similarly, like fresh snow, the
Oh
crackling of
yeah,
fresh snow. That's a nice one.
that is good, that one.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, sorry, you set me off now. Crunchy leaves.
Crunchy leaves.
Yeah.
I like it.
Good.
There's actually something in that. There's probably a sweet
You're gonna
spot.
say neuroscientific, aren't you?
Yeah, there's probably a sweet spot in there somewhere. So,
Yes.
what was I going to say then?
Back to the podcast.
That's right. So one of my favourite noises is wherever I am. So in Manchester, we've got lots of little, where I live, there's some really lovely natural spaces. So it is a city. Got Vancouver vibes. New York and Vancouver vibes Manchester has combined. So we've just had some really high-rise buildings, skyscrapers built in Manchester. And like the amount of kind of stylistic stuff we take from New York is so much that there's these kind of 4 tower blocks. No, skyscrapers. Yes, glassy size skyscrapers, which people have labelled as Manhattan.
Ah,
But
oh,
we
you're a witty bunch, aren't
and there's
you?
like this bit in Vancouver where you drive over the bridge, over the river, over the estuary into the city, and on the right hand side there's all these kind of skyscrapers that go up. And Manchester feels like that because it's got this kind of it's called the Mancunian Way that goes around it. And it raises up, and you look over the city. It's a beautiful city. I love Manchester so much. And I can't remember where. Oh, yes. And there's all these green spaces, which is very Vancouver. Vancouver's got these lovely spaces as well. It's a well spaced out city. And and a bit like Central Park as well, actually, to be fair. So you can feel like you're right in the middle of nature, even though you're in the middle of a city. And there's something really lovely wherever I am, if I'm in some sort of woodland, to just stop and listen. Do you do that? Over lockdown, I started hugging trees on my daily
Literally.
walk. Yeah. I just had to go to my daughter. Hang on.
I just need to. I'll be right back.
I just would hug a tree and go, oh, thank goodness. Yeah, but I just do love that sound, that listening, and I do wonder sometimes about capturing that and just recording it like it never happened unless I captured it. So I'm going to be checking out this podcast that you found me.
So you need to. I think you might have jumped a step. This podcast is called Radio Lento.
Radio Lento.
And it's like 15 to 90 minutes. There's no speaking. There's no noise. It's just sounds of nature. And they've done all kinds of different ones.
They're called like Night Beside a Stream in Wales. I love that.
Yes, that's a nice one.
Rising Tide in a Rock Garden.
Yeah.
Birds that sing on the cusp of night.
Yeah.
So nice.
All
and
gorgeous
they've done
sounds.
loads, and they just did it all in lockdown.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm slightly grumpy. I didn't think of it.
Well, you can enjoy it.
Maybe we should just do one called The Sounds of Manchester and start from there.
Okay.
Manchester Sounds.
If you're watching or listening at home, let us know what your favourite sound is.
Yeah, man.
The word to give to your device, which we have codenamed Phoenix, because we can't say their actual name, or they would get they'd get upset. Is the word say? So you would say Phoenix.
They said it. I mean, I say it on Zoom calls to my parents to one.
Well, yeah.
I go, Phoenix, set timer for 2 minutes, and my dad gets really cross. Because then she sets off. She's like, timer set for 2 minutes. Like,
and then you forget about it. You're like, okay, and then you forget about it for 2 minutes.
Stop it.
Anyway,
the
word to say to your device, Phoenix, is the word say, followed by whatever your favorite sound is. So I would say, Phoenix, say, my favorite sound is a crackling log, for example.
Yeah.
So let us know. And if you're watching on YouTube as
it's
well.
It's on the Echo Show, obviously. Echo Show only.
And if you're watching on YouTube, you can type it in the comments box and we'll get it.
Yeah, you can. Are you watching that? Because I want to see if people do.
It comes through to here.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. Yes, it does. I promise. I'm not making it up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do know. Go on then, give me more news. Oh no, hang on a minute. Do you know what we should do?
What should we do?
Shall we think about what today's everyday positivity message was?
Yes, we should.
Did you have you listened? You've obviously listened to it.
I have.
It's good, isn't it?
It is good. It's a good one.
Okay, here we go. So I will tee you up and then I'll go play.
Okay.
So I was where do I begin with this? So this is about reframing when it all goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
When it all goes wrong, and knowing how to take a breath and get something from the moment.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay. Whilst I do that, Kate, can you turn your microphone off and back on again, please?
Yes.
Thanks.
Hello, my name's Kate Cocker, and this is your Everyday Positivity from the Volley Network. Hello. Now, my plan for you today is to reframe when it all goes wrong. Yesterday, I had the worst day. I had it all lined up, it all planned, and then it all just fell apart at the seams. And it was one of those days where it had to be absolutely perfectly lined up, otherwise everything else clattered out. And I was at one meeting and I could see other things going on that I needed to attend to, so I couldn't be anything to anyone. And I got off the phone, got off my meeting and had to have a sit down and have a little cry. But I had one line in my mind that really helped me, and it was this. A crisis is not a disaster. A crisis is a turning point. A crisis is not a disaster. It's a turning point. I learnt this from a class I took 2 weeks ago when we were talking about having technical backups. You know, when your tech fails and you've got no backup, and it's like once that happens, it never happens again. It's your turning point. So today, if you are in the midst of what feels like a crisis, remember this is a turning point. And for me, I am taking on today with a fresh new outlook and with some gratitude in my heart, because I didn't have to deal with yesterday's crisis alone. And 6 months ago, I didn't have the team around me and I would have been dealing with it alone. So yesterday was not a disaster. It was a turning point. Is that better?
That sounds better already.
Was the sounding all crackly and weird?
Yes, you were.
It does that sometimes. You need to turn it off and turn it back on again, which we did. A crisis is not a disaster, it's a turning point.
That's a good lesson.
I thought it was a good lesson. That's why it became an episode.
Mm-hmm.
When was your last turning point?
Not that long ago. Quite recently, only a couple of weeks ago. I think I realized, I came to the realization, the penny had dropped, that I was doing too much. That I was trying to be all things to all people at the expense of being anything to myself. And it felt like a crisis. And it really was a turning point, because now, and you and I, Kate, have talked about this, I've turned, and now I know that I need to make some adjustments to be able to create some space for me in my time and the rest of it. So it certainly felt like a crisis, but it has also been a turning point now as well.
Mega turning point.
Mm-hmm. A big one.
Yeah, I've had as the episode said, a bit of a disaster, not a disastrous week, cluttering week, clonky week. I always talk about clonks.
The things that kind of fall in and out, clonk in and out.
Yeah, it's just been like a moving. And I've overbaked it. I had too much on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So yesterday, when it was all feeling like a bit of a crisis, I was like, this is not a crisis. This is a turning point.
Yeah.
And so it was a turning point, which was good. And today it does feel better. I'm very tired though.
Yeah. It's
I shouldn't really talk about I'm so tired.
Oh,
like, who isn't tired, right? And there are people who have got babies who are even tireder than all of us put together.
It's not a competition though. You're still allowed to be tired.
Okay, thanks, Will.
It's okay.
Thank you. Right, Dolly news.
Oh my goodness. This one, okay.
Let's explain Dolly news.
Okay. Do you want to explain Dolly news?
Dolly news is Dolly Parton is the patron saint of everyday positivity. She doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Maybe one day she will. Maybe one day she will. And as we build this program, one of my biggest aims is to get Dolly on. Anyway, it not for her music, not for her movie appearances, but for her positive outlook on the world. And she's positive like I'm positive. Like she's like, yeah, he was annoyed with me. Of course he was. I really annoyed him. It's okay.
Yeah.
That kind of positivity. The positivity that doesn't paste a smile over the cracks of life, but positivity is that you know that you can deal with the cracks of life, the confidence to deal with the cracks of life. So that is why I love Dolly Parton. Will loves Dolly Parton for a whole host of other reasons.
I love Dolly Parton for every reason there is to love Dolly Parton, which is all
And
of them.
so we do Dolly News. And what's today's Dolly News?
Is that she's duetted with, she's got Reba McEntire, who is also lovely. I think she kind of broke into the country music scene at a similar time of Dolly. They've duetted on a song called Does He Love You? It's like an other woman song, and it's incredible and made me happy.
So that's what she's been up to this week.
That's what she's been up to this week.
Reuniting with Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin to be in Grace and Frankie.
Yeah. And then duetting with Reba McEntire.
She's a busy lady.
She's been up to all
giving
sorts.
books to the Imagination Library's giving books to kids in the UK now, which is unbelievable.
Good books. So Dolly, the patron saint of everyday positivity, has been up to all sorts.
Everybody's gonna shine.
When we get Dolly Parton on, what's the first thing you're gonna ask Dolly? If you could ask one question to Dolly Parton,
what does she think she's the best at?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. What are you the best at?
I wonder what she would say. I think she would say, I'm the best at being Dolly Parton.
Yeah, and she'd do that little cute little giggle that she does at the same time.
Yeah, she's good at that.
And what does she, because is it her, it's definitely in Dumpling, isn't it, where she says you work out who you are and then you do you on purpose.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. I still need to watch Dumpling. I still haven't seen it.
Oh, that's lovely. And
maybe that's what I'll do this weekend.
There we go, Dumpling. Haven't we got another movie we've got to watch? What's the other movie we've got to watch?
I can't remember. I'm forever giving myself homework.
Have you watched Will Smith yet?
Have I watched Will Smith yet?
You must check. I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to watch it this week.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Will Smith.
The
Will
actor.
Smith is another one of those characters that I do think might have to get some sort of patron saint or mascot status for everyday positivity.
Okay.
Let me just find out what it's called. Someone will be able to tell me. If you know, use your device name, use the word say, and then tell me what it's called.
So what are we looking for? The title of a movie?
No. It's a YouTube original.
Okay.
And it's called Best Shape of My Life.
Okay.
Series. And do you remember he did that thing a few months ago where he put his... Can Will Smith lose 20 pounds in 20 weeks?
Oh, yes. Okay, this is ring a bell now.
Episode 4, and I think there are 5 episodes in total. And it's YouTube, each are about 20 minutes long. He put that thing up, didn't he, of him being really fat. Anyway, he's writing his book at the same time. And so there's all this stuff going on, and it just captures all of that. And I mean, obviously, it's a great vehicle for him to sell the book for Christmas and all of that. But he... yeah, it looks really good. It looks like just one of those kind of feel-good, sporting, revelatory things. And he talks about, in the trailer, he kind of reveals that, all this time I've been these characters that have just been a really convenient way for me to hide the real Will Smith. And you're like, oh,
that's a good line. That's interesting.
Because I think, in life we have to find ways of channeling. There are days, Will, where you must want to channel your inner Will Smith, right?
Of course, yeah. And I'm sure there's days where Will Smith wants to channel his inner Will Dell.
Oh, of course he does, babe. That's what he needs.
I like
because where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, no, I do like Will Smith. Hitch, iRobot.
Yep.
They're my favourite.
I Am Legend.
Films. Not seen it.
Is that the one? I think I Am Legend is the one where he's like the last person on Earth or something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
That was a film we watched. My daughter at the end went, that was amazing. She said, I would have loved to have seen that at the cinema. I bet it got a massive round of applause at the end. I was like,
That's
no.
funny. No,
No.
it's not that well received.
What film did you see that had a massive round of applause at the cinema?
None.
Oh,
Zero.
have you never?
I've never been in a cinema where people got up and applauded. And if I did, I think it would be weird.
I think maybe Star Wars, maybe one of the Star Wars. When the first
Really?
Star Wars
And
first
people
came out.
people applauded?
But then I'm one of those people with Star Wars. I went to like the morning.
Yeah.
I dressed up. Those sorts of things.
Of course you did. Did you go at midnight?
I've never done that before, but I am one of the people that books early.
I've never been. I tried to get. No, in high school, my friends tried to talk me into going into a midnight showing of Twilight, but
Oh, I'd have been in on that.
I wasn't.
If I'd have had some mates to encourage me, I think I'd have done it. Definitely.
I can definitely. I would have gone to like a Harry Potter or something if it had been right, but no.
Right. We have to talk about the penguins.
They're cute.
Part of me wonders if we should have saved this for National Penguin Day, International Penguin Day.
When is? Do you know when that is?
I think it's January.
Shall we find out?
And my favourite penguin fact.
Yeah.
Is.
How many penguin facts do you have? It's the 20th of January.
That's number one. My second penguin fact is it's impossible to look at a penguin and be angry.
That's funny. I've never tried. I've never tried to be angry at a penguin.
So if you're on your Echo show, I'm going to share. Should we share the video?
Sure.
I think we should share the video of these penguins. So tell me about the penguins. Talk about them while I find them.
Okay. So, I'm shaky on this.
You know.
So the penguins are at an aquarium. It's called the Shed Aquarium, SHEDD.
Yeah.
Don't ask me where it is because I don't know. And it was like closed for the day for like deep cleaning or something else. So the penguins were just having a little wander around. Here they are. So they are having a little mosey around the aquarium.
How is that not? How can you not? How can you be angry at a penguin? Look at them. Like penguins when they walk around. The thing that's great about penguins when they walk around is that they don't have legs, so they kind of like rock from side to side slightly as they go.
Yeah.
And then the way that their little shoulders sort of hunch over because of their fins being towards the front. Just brilliant.
They kind of look like they kind of remind me of like an elderly couple
who
would go to the aquarium. In my mind, they're
the
a
ones
couple.
with those little feathery things over their eyes as well. They're those cute ones.
Emperor penguins? I don't know.
What are they called?
Emperor penguins? No, I don't know. I'm not great on my penguin.
Oh, look! Can I show you the one of them by the reception?
Yeah.
There we go. Look.
So they've got a proper wonder, haven't they?
I know. Can you imagine what they must be looking at like those going? Is that an iceberg?
Is that what? We don't have that in the.
What's that there? Looking at the tables.
I love the aquarium.
It's impossible to look at a penguin. Can we agree on this?
Yes, I can get behind this.
Impossible to look at a penguin and be angry and be happy and be angry. Just discounted my own point.
Yes, I agree. I couldn't be angry at a penguin. That's so cute. My favorite penguin facts are that they huddle together to keep warm.
I know, that's really cute, isn't it?
And
what was that Morgan Freeman film that was about penguins?
The only penguin thing I can think of is Happy Feet.
No. Incorrect answer.
I know it is. I'm just saying.
Look at that. Penguins, happy feet.
They look really happy. And the whole egg thing, where like the dad looks after the egg, whilst the
March of the Penguins. This is all in March of the Penguins.
There we go.
Morgan Freeman talking about the penguins. That was massive. Do you remember that was massive?
Yeah, I don't think I've watched it though.
Oh.
Sorry.
You should watch it.
I'll be more upset with penguin facts. I'll add it on my list of homework things to watch along with Dumpling.
Yes, you've got a long list of things to watch.
I know.
We had a film to watch. It was like Ghostbusters or something like 9 to 5. Oh, I'm making notes. This is the meeting minutes. The actions from this session today are that you've got to watch 9 to 5 on your weekend off.
Yeah. I do it all the time work.
Are you working next weekend as well or not?
Not sure.
Oh, okay. So 9 to 5. Working 9 till 5. March the Penguins. What was your other one?
Dumpling.
Dublin. I made a
Dumpling.
note of those things. I need you to report back.
Okay, I'll try my best. I'm gonna start with dumpling because it's been on my list for ages.
Oh, Will Smith.
Oh yeah, okay. That's at the bottom of my list.
Will Smith. Best shape of my life.
I'm gonna look at this list in like an hour's time and be like, what do any of these things mean?
Yeah, it could be anything, couldn't it? It could be
9 to 5 Will Smith?
9
What?
to 5.
Yeah.
I'm going to march with the Penguins.
And
I'm
then
going to cook some dumplings. And,
got a meeting with Will Smith.
Got a meeting with Will Smith. What?
It's the secret Wills meeting.
Do you get together all the
We
Wills?
convene once a quarter, all the world's best Wills.
Because is it the where there's a will there's a way conference?
Yeah, it's very very exclusive.
Very Will
It's
based.
me, Will Smith,
Prince William, Will Arnett,
yeah.
my mate Will Webb.
Yeah, your mate Will. The Will that our colleague Helen used to work with.
Yes, he was a very useful Will.
Yeah. Why can't I think of any more celebrity Wills?
Will Greenwood from the old England rugby team.
Great, yeah, he's there.
Good. I'm glad you know. If you've
Go on.
Any famous Wills?
Who's that actor?
Big Phoenix. That's the word say, and then Will. In fact, if you know a Will, just tell us. They could come to the Will.
Yeah, there's a Will There's
a Way conference.
Yeah. I googled famous Wills. Who do you think the first one was?
A really obvious Will.
Yeah.
William Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare is number one.
Yeah.
Harry Houdini, apparently. Dusty Springfield and George Washington. And the other famous Wills. Excuse me. I will not be having that.
William George Washington.
Maybe.
George William Washington. Am I making up presidents' names now?
I don't think so.
You've just Googled famous Wills.
Yeah. Oh, no. It means like your last will and testament. That's what it means. It's people who had a famous last will and testament.
Oh, right, okay. We've done the wrong thing here.
We have.
My name's Kate. It don't mean very much.
It don't mean very much. I know.
Whereas
my
the
last
word
name
will appears in most documents.
Yeah. Also, my
and in fact, there are
surname.
documents called wills.
My surname is like a big tech company, so
Yeah.
that would not be there.
At least when you put yourself into. So when we do kind of transcribing, and we use a system, don't we, where it like find if you put.
It's like an artificial intelligence, and it kind of does it in half the time.
I don't even think that explains it. When you make a podcast, you can transcribe the audio and create a video out of that audio. And so the artificial intelligence takes the words. So when we did it for Everyday Positivity, it says, "Hello, my name's Kate Cocker." And then the artificial intelligence automatically puts photographs and images to that word. It came up with a picture of Will and Kate and their Cocker Spaniel. Not me and you, Will and Kate, the official Will and Kate.
The other Will and Kate.
We're the unofficial Will and Kate.
Yeah.
So the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge with their Cocker Spaniel.
Duke and Duchess of Cambridge.
Kate Cocker. Funny. Will Dell, it would just come up with like a Will on a computer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's always like, Will Dell released a new computer in 2022.
Oh, brilliant.
Like, yeah, probably. That's what it is. If you Google it, Will Dell update their hardware before the end of the year.
Oh my god, I haven't even...
It's just rubbish.
haven't even thought about putting a question mark on your
Wildell?
name.
So-
Wildell?
Probably. It's
Will Shakespeare?
I don't think Will Shakespeare. Probably not. He's
Will
done
Smith?
with the Will Smith.
Will Smith?
Won't
Willie?
Smith.
Won't
No,
Smith. Will
won't
Smith?
Smith.
Won't Smith. Oh, my brother-in-law's called Will. He'll come.
Ah, they-
Will
yeah.
Walshaw?
Oh.
Oh, man. So what have we learnt today?
All sorts. I don't know. What have we done?
I think
Well,
we've
so
been
we started with
we're quite tired and delirious today, so that's okay.
yes.
I hope that you have enough will and waffle to start your day well and to keep you in a good state of mind. And
If
that
you want,
today's crises are not crises; they're not disasters; they're turning points. And I challenge you to, if you are a crafter, have a go this week of making something just for you, for yourself. I think that's a big challenge. I think a lot of crafters would go, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
With that, I could never draw stuff for me. It was really hard. I always wanted to do stuff for other people. It's really easy to draw someone else's kids
Yeah,
for them as a gift because you're like, that's going to bring so much joy.
it's hard to do for yourself. It just has to be something little. It doesn't have to take you a weekend.
Yeah, exactly. And, don't forget to listen to the world because, free podcasts and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Look out for crafting that is fun.
Yeah, very
Or
important.
maybe make something and just leave it lying around.
Yeah.
And also, never forget that you can never look at a penguin and be angry.
Be angry at it. Amazing. Okay.
Go on.
Before we wrap up, don't forget on Backchannel, there's still loads of great programming
Yes, there
coming
is.
up. Our friend,
Anthony.
the Anthony Davis Show, is
The
on
Anthony
from
Davis Show is on at 12 Eastern Time.
12 till 2 p.m. Eastern Standard
Yeah.
Time. And then immediately after that, it's your pal Hal with Hal Rudnick.
Hey.
We love Hal.
And if you have an Amazon Echo and you're really enjoying the programs and you're really enjoying all the hosts, then don't forget to tell your friends to check us out on YouTube. So we're on Backchannel on YouTube, and we stream live on Twitter as well at Backchannel Live.
That's correct. And all you need to say to your device is open Backchannel. Phoenix, open Backchannel.
Phoenix, open Backchannel. Codename Phoenix. Don't say Phoenix to your.
People will think that you're crazy.
But do be nice to your device. Be nice to your device. Be kind on World Kindness Day, which is on Saturday. Be kind to your device as much as you're.
Say please and thank you
around you. Be nice to your device.
Phoenix.
And the point of Backchannel is that it's the only place to listen to, watch, and chat with hosts of live shows right here on your Echo. And on your Echo show, you can say the device name, the word say, and then whatever it is that you want to say to your host, who next up will be at 12 is Anthony Davis.
Amazing. We're back on Tuesday.
Back on Tuesday.
Amazing. See you then.